Fox News psychiatrist and medical A-team member Dr. Keith Ablow thinks that President Obama was at least partly to blame for a pool party in McKinney, Texas, turning violent. Well, interesting. Now, first, Dr. Ablow is going to assess, as Elizabeth Hasselbeck puts it, a psychological shift in America towards the police. Let's take a look at that.
What's your assessment here of this new, it seems like a new psychological shift is occurring in terms of how teens or people on the streets are reacting to police? What's going on?
Well, I think that some leaders in America have fractured the trust that Americans place properly or placed properly in authority, in police officers. You know, when I was a kid growing up, if a police officer showed up, you were quiet, you answered questions. You know, no trampling on your rights was necessarily allowed by any means, but you did pretty much what you were told.
Do what you're told. Shut up, know your place, do everything the police officer tells you, or else you're going to get thrown to the ground. Now, he says that there was no trampling of your rights, of course, was allowed, but as we've seen time and time again, rights as well as other things have been shown to get trampled, choked, shot at, pepper sprayed, or pepper sprayed by police. Interesting. Now, Ablow mentioned that some leaders were at fault for this, for people being afraid of police, especially young people, young teenagers, especially of color. And it's not just the fact that, you know, police kill just black people, but white people too. But no, you know, it's our leaders. It's our leaders' faults. Oh, really? Well, you know where this is going, right? Let's listen.
Things have shifted, and that's a shift encouraged by some leaders.
Well, when you say some leaders, who are you talking about?
Well, look, I don't think that the president or our former attorney general did anything to help people out when they seemed to side with folks other than the police, or, for that matter, the mayor of New York. So these messages are very powerful,
right,
and they're heard by young people who may think of it as a cause célèbre to sort of resist police officers when the right thing to do, these guys are generally very well-intentioned indeed, public servants, is to quiet down, answer the questions, pretty much do as you're told. They're police officers.
Do as you're told, because they're police officers. Now, it's not like these police officers will ever abuse their power. No, that's exactly what's been going on. And see, that's exactly what people like us and some of the media have been pointing out. Is that police have been overstretching their bounds. They're no longer serving the community. And whenever they're presented with any little bit of risk, possibility of risk, it's immediately go to the most lethal option. Now, you even saw at that pool party, which thankfully nobody was shot, nobody was killed. Now, you saw at that pool party, right, where there was a fight, obviously, where this police officer got out his gun. Now, you can say, well, yeah, but he was in danger. Look at all those black teens. Well, maybe that's because their reaction was because that they saw their friend get thrown on the ground, face first. Now, any human being, any normal human being who sees one of their friends get thrown on the ground by a cop or by anybody, you would have a reaction of, hey, hands off my friend. She wasn't doing anything. And the reaction to that was, get away or I'll shoot you. When she shouldn't have been thrown to the ground in the first place. I can say, well, you weren't listening to the police. Well, it's the job. Look, it's not the job of the teenagers to de-escalate the situation with the police. And I feel like that job has been put on the people in the situation, which obviously have their tensions high. Now, these people aren't police trained. The policeman is police trained in order to de-escalate situations. Now it seems like they have shifted that burden over to everyone else. No. It is up to you as a citizen to de-escalate the situation so I don't shoot you. And that is completely backwards. It is up to the police officer, yes, to maintain order. I understand that. And they can do that without having to do an action role and tackle somebody or face plant somebody, okay, into the dirt. They can do that without having to do this, but it seems to me that that's their first go-to move. In order to de-escalate, we have to tackle you, we have to manhandle you, we have to push you to the ground, we have to pull out our guns and aim that at kids, at teenagers who are trying to enjoy a pool party. That's where we go to immediately. Instead of talking to people, hey, what's going on? And look, you want to talk about the psychological shift in America that has, but why are people so afraid of the police? All you have to do is just sit down and shut up, answer questions. That's not the reputation they've gained. That reputation that the police have gained, especially in communities of color, has been earned. It's not because they just, have this psychological shift for no reason. Oh, it's cool. It's cause celeb to just hate on cops. No, it's not. There are a lot of good cops out there. Nobody wants to hate the police. We want to trust the police. We want to trust the police to protect us. That's their job. That's why, and we realize it's dangerous. That's why they give them a gun. That's why we pay for them. That's why we pay for their medical care. That's why we let them have unions. That's why we give them that authority. Because we think that that they can handle that. We entrust them with that authority. And when they abuse it, it is our job. It is our job as citizens to go up against that. To say, you are overstepping your bounds. That psychological shift, it is not for no reason. It's not there for no reason. It is because, and it's been documented, that a lot of police, not all of them, but a great deal of police and incidents all over America are overstepping their bounds. They're escalating the situation. And they're terrorizing. Yes, terrorizing. I said it. People of color. Minorities. Once again, all you have to do is go back to some of the different places. Baltimore, Ferguson. Especially Ferguson. Who used the police force. I bet people forgot all about Ferguson. Right? Where the police force was being used as was using the population, the black population in Ferguson as a cash cow. And it's been happening all over America, where police are now being used not to protect the community, but used against the community in order to extort them through ridiculous fines and fees. And even to the point of debtor's prison, which should be illegal. That's why there's a psychological shift. People don't just get afraid of authority for no reason. This authority has to overstep their bounds for people to realize, man, I don't want to mess with cops. I don't want to fuck with cops. Well, you know what? I don't want to even look at cops because of their reputation. Should we respect police? Maybe. But I think at first, the police have to earn that respect back. In order to do that, they have to demilitarize and stop treating the community as if they are the enemy instead of the people that they're supposed to serve.